People, I want to put out a bit of a warning in regards to people who are fake chosen. Now, I know this is going to step on some toes. Y'all be very, very careful about these people. Be very, very careful. And I'm going to give you a couple of instances where people are fake chosen, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into this mode of deciding who's chosen and who's not chosen, and I'm not going to label who is and who isn't, and I'm not going to sit here and say whether I'm chosen and whether I'm not chosen, because I feel that that is a decision that is made by the Creator. All I know is that the Creator gave me my gifts to share with you guys. I don't stick a label on it. I just do what I'm supposed to do, and I give the messages the way the Creator gives them to me. What you choose to call me, what you choose not to call me, don't make me know, never mind, okay? I'm just going to do what I have to do. I thank you for your support, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So with that being said, let me go ahead and tell you about these two things that I've seen recently. Number one, there are certain creators that I listen to on a regular basis because they vibe with me. But there are a couple of times where I kind of have to put them on ice, because they'll come out with videos sometimes because they get in their feelings personally about certain things, and I can tell because they'll get into this mode where they start talking about how you don't need anybody. And they'll start putting out videos about how you don't need anybody and how you don't need any friends. Let me tell you something. Be careful about that. Be real careful. Now, I know we all get into that mode where we feel like we need to be by ourselves. I get that, because there are times where you need to be by yourself and you need to collect yourself because Spirit needs to work with you on some things. But we need to accept the fact that we have a human existence going on here. And that while we're in this human existence, we do have to deal with people on a regular basis. I don't think we need to be on this earth in a human existence and just be alone all the time. What I do think we need to do is that we need to set boundaries, and we need to be careful as to who we associate with. And if we choose the path of spirituality, is that we just have to have a smaller, more particular group of people than we did before we chose spirituality. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with that. It's just that your circle of influence is going to be different, and it's going to be smaller than it was before you became aware. I kind of hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. So for me to sit here and to tell you how you don't need any friends, and how you don't need nobody, and how you don't trust nobody, and how all you need to do is to be by yourself all the time for the rest of your life as a human being, I'm sorry, that's just a bit extreme, and I think it's ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's a bit much. Because you're living a human existence right now. And also, I've noticed with a lot of people who get into that mode, they usually put out videos around the time when something personal happens in their life, where something has occurred with someone that they were involved with that has upset them. They don't come straight out and tell you. Some of them do, some of them don't, indirectly. Or you might find out later on down the line what happened. So instead of just coming straight out and saying XYZ happened, what they'll do is they'll repackage and rechannel it in a way where, oh, well, you know what, you don't need anybody. It's like indirectly projecting their negative feelings in the form of, oh, well, you know what, you people, we don't need this and we don't know. The truth is that you had a personal situation that happened, okay? And now you turn it into this huge spiritual thing that, oh, well, we don't need anybody, this, that, and other. Then all of a sudden, when you got out of your feelings a couple of days later, where are you? You're in the park doing this, or you're gone shopping doing that with a whole bunch of people, or you're popping bottles in the club. But wait a minute, didn't you just put out a video less than 48 hours ago saying how you don't need anybody? You just put that video out to thousands of people, in some cases millions of people, saying about how you don't need nobody. And some of these people have done this in more than one occasion, saying about how you don't need anybody. But then 2-3 days later, you turn right around and say about how you going to this place with all these people, and how you going to go hang out with all your friends over here and go to this party over here. But you just put out a video a couple of days ago saying how you don't need no friends. But you just hung out with friends. So what are you saying? And another thing. It's another one, and I'm going to let you guys go. There are a lot of topics going on about people who are alone, not in a relationship, not in a steady relationship, not dating, who are telling people not to get involved with modern men, not to get involved with modern women, and will do this character assassination as to why. Modern women this, modern men that, and that person's not in a steady relationship. That person is constantly bouncing around all the time. And these are people who claim to be chosen. These are people who claim to be holy and this, that, and the other, and they don't have nobody on their arm on a regular basis. Every time you talk to them, they're always, every other day, it's, oh, well, I was talking to so-and-so and so, and da-da-da-da-da. Then the next day, oh, so-and-so ain't no more good. But then they'll turn around and tell you about how the modern man is trash and how the modern woman ain't no good. But they can't keep nobody. But they hadn't been steady with anybody for no more than a month or 2 or 3. But they declare themselves chosen. And these are the same people that say that you don't need nobody. But they'll bounce from somebody to somebody to somebody to somebody to somebody constantly. People. What did I say about details? What did I say about details? I mentioned in a video a long time ago, don't take advice from somebody who has not succeeded as to what's going on. I'm not going to tell somebody how to have a good marriage of 30 or 40 years if I haven't had a good marriage of 30 or 40 years. Because I didn't have a good marriage of 30 or 40 years. But one thing I'm not going to sit here and do is I'm not going to sit here and tell people not to have friends or do anything, and then 2 days later put out. And then the thing about it that really gets me is did these people forget that they put out a video? That's what gets me. If you want to say it to yourself behind closed doors because you're in your feelings, be honest with yourself. Okay, you know what, I'm in my feelings. I don't feel so great right now, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. If that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. But turn around and to put out a video knowing that you got all these people watching you. And then 2 or 3 days later to turn around and do the exact opposite of what you said 3 days before, knowing that you had thousands of people look at you. Come on, y'all. You got to do better than that. You can't turn around and say you're chosen and all this stuff and do that. Check yourselves. Watch your content. Take a few seconds before you turn the camera on. Don't get so addicted to the camera where you feel you got to turn it on every time you feel something. Okay? Because some people have gotten so used to being on social media. Okay? Some people have gotten so used to being on social media all the time that the minute they feel something, they feel they got to turn the camera on, turn the camera on, turn the camera on. Sometimes you got to take 2 seconds and just think before you turn the camera on.